Hello, family.
Hi.
Well, how we doing? And welcome to the episode 4 of the Caouette Circus. How we going? How you doing, Zavier?
Good.
Yeah. Anything special? Don't be quiet
No.
now. But what's going on? How's school doing?
Good.
Yeah. That's
Uh,
nice to see you. You look comfortable over there.
yeah.
Yeah. Are you laying down on your big teddy bear,
Yeah.
whatever you called it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. Hi, Mac. Hi, Max. How you doing? How's hockey going?
Good. We're doing well. Just
Yeah.
our game on Friday. We have another game tonight. I mean, we'll see. It's really coming down outside though. So
Yeah, so we'll see how it goes for sure because
we'll
I'm
see.
supposed to go to that game, so we'll see how it goes for me. And obviously, I don't mind going, so that'd be great. But if the roads are bad, well, might be different.
Yeah.
Hey Zoe, how are you doing in
Hello.
Columbia Falls, Montana?
Things are going pretty well.
Yeah.
Roller derby's we're playing sneaker derby right now, which means
Sneaker? Go ahead.
we're learning skate skills, but the people of the boot camp were not quite ready to play contact with the skates, so we're playing contact with sneakers.
Oh my.
Oh, okay.
So you're
Um,
running around in circles?
I'm not running, I'm a blocker.
Okay.
Hey,
Hey, what happened this week?
Yeah, I scored my first goal this week.
Whoop,
Oh.
whoop.
Second
Hot.
game, which is pretty cool. So
Yeah, I saw the video. You sent us the video.
yeah.
So we crashed the net, and she scored.
Sniper.
The sniper, yeah, she's like Gallagher, She was in front of the net.
Former goalie turned player.
If anyone is wondering where the shot actually went in, the goalie kind of went down as
Yeah.
if the puck was gonna hit her in the stomach, but it was going on her blocker. And
Okay,
so
yeah.
I shot it like
Did it go?
here,
Yeah.
right over her blocker.
I got you. Great goals. You ripped it. I'm actually, like you said, she's a sniper.
Yeah.
And then I had a really good skate with as a goalie with the older
Yep.
guys. And in the first half, which I mean it's a drop in, it's for fun. I let
Yep.
in one goal in over 45 minutes.
Oh, wow.
And then when we switched, I mean maybe 4 or 5, which is
That's
for
good.
a drop in like that, that's very low.
Yeah, drop in. It's people just coming in, and you split the teams on the ice, right? Something like that.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah,
You don't
so
know
like
the level of talent. You don't know if the teams are equal.
yeah,
Not
so
at all.
but that's fun. And congratulations, Zoe, for your first career goal.
Thanks.
And
Yeah, I
hopefully,
got the game puck.
Yeah.
and hopefully you get more goals,
Mhm.
right? So that's awesome. Bonjour, Lynn. How
Bonjour.
are you? How you
I'm
doing?
good this year.
Yeah. So what's new for you this week?
What was that?
What's new for you this past week?
Same old, same old.
Yeah. You didn't start something special?
No.
You don't. Okay. Just that's fine. I know. Trying to talk about that, but I guess not.
No. I already said last week that I was starting a weight loss competition.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You did talk about it. But how is it going with that?
Going good.
Yeah. I mean, obviously it's different, and like watching Lynn's, like she's eating a lot, but just like every couple hours. So it's nice to see what she's doing, and so it's not easy, but good luck. I hope you're going to do well, and I bet you will do well for sure.
And if
So.
I take correction, I'm not eating a lot, so I don't know why you said I'm eating
No,
a
man.
lot in a couple of hours.
Well, you don't eat a lot, but you eat many times.
More often, exactly.
Correct. That's what I meant. So good. Well, for me, everything is doing well, and I can't complain. I'm home and take care of the house and make sure everybody is happy and stuff like that. So that's all good. Our topic this week, actually, it's pretty much the same thing that we did last week, right? What happened here? Sorry, I lost you guys.
That's because we had an text in the middle of our thing.
Yeah. So there was a text. So I lost a little bit, but yeah. So what happened last week? We talked about adversity, right? and everybody did their topic, and Xavier did one. But now I think we're going to keep going with adversity because something happened to Xavier last week, the same day that we did our podcast, and that was very interesting. I'm going to start it. You guys can ask question, and that'd be great. But so Xavier was playing hockey.
Should we pause for a moment because Xavier's phone is going wild?
I can't. It fell down.
Okay, we're good.
Yeah,
No,
but
we're not good.
going like this.
Okay.
So let's just give him a moment to fix the phone.
Well, we're back. Okay. What I wanted to talk about, it's about what happened to Xavier last Saturday. Yeah, last Saturday. We did our podcast in the morning and we were talking about adversity. So we decided to talk about that. And that day, something happened to Xavier. And he was playing hockey. And actually, the other team, within 20 seconds, the other team scored a goal. So it was 1-0. Xavier was like the third line that game. So there was a couple shift and he went the third time. And there was a face off in the offensive zone. And he was on the wing, on the right wing. And the puck came near him. And the other kid pushed the puck on the board. And Xavier and two of the kids went at the puck. But there was no contact at all. And Xavier skated hard. And he got near the board and he tried to stop to turn. And he lost his edge. And his right leg went in the air and hit the board and twist. So I was above him. It happened to the right of me. Like I could see perfectly what happened. So I was like, and he's crying, and Xavier, and he cries. And I said, well, that's not good. I never go down. Usually I never go down there. But this time I said, I'll go because the way he hit the board. So we were lucky. The door was next where he got hurt. So I go down, I open the door. First thing he tells me is, Dad, I'm done. I think I broke something. So thankfully we were just by the door. So like I said, I jumped on the ice, and another parent helped me. And the locker room was right there. So everything worked out good. So we got to the locker room. I could see. So Xavier was he said, Dad, I think I broke my ankle or something. So I said, well, let's check it out, So I just tried to move his socks. I didn't touch the skate because I broke my ankle. Back in the days, I kept my skate on. Will keep the swollen, and I'm saying, and keep your foot like tight. And so we didn't touch that. And now we talked with him, and I could see his leg was a bit off. So parent came and said, hey, want to call 911? I said, well, you know what? Call 911. We're going to be the first one everywhere. At the hospital, I know we're going to get there, and they're going to take care of business. If I drive him, and he's in pain, and blah, blah, blah. So call the ambulance. And now when they showed up, we cut his laces of his skate. So I just tried to see what was going on, and we took the skate off, and they brought the stretcher, and they put him in a stretcher, and from there it was very interesting. We dropped on the ambulance, and the guys were phenomenal. They asked Xavier if he wanted pain medication. Xavier said yes. After that, me and the guy would talk. He said, listen, we're about 10 minutes from the hospital. So I said, well, Xavier, you're fine if you don't take any. He said, oh, yeah. But Xavier was like, not falling asleep, but he was relaxed, It wasn't as bad. Xavier, I think am I right when you're on the ambulance? Go ahead, Lynn.
I think before you get too far in the story, you should let Xavier tell it from before it happened.
Yeah. So Xavier, why?
Xavier, you want to say the story from your perspective?
Sure.
The play-by-play? Go ahead.
Yeah. So,
there was a face-off.
there's a face-off in the other team's zone, and the puck was in the middle, and I went skating towards it, and then the guy got the puck and sended it to the boards, and I went to the boards. I tried to turn, but I lost my edge and I fell and hit the boards with my leg. And then
I can just add, you fell on the ice and you crashed into board feet first, both feet, and one of the legs didn't bend so nicely.
yeah, and then I got off the ice
Did it hurt
and
away? What did it feel like when it first happened?
it hurt a lot.
Did you pass out?
No.
I'm just
Well,
wondering,
that's
like,
Why would
that's
I
a good.
pass
sometimes
out?
pain can be
People
so
may
overwhelming.
people do
Xavier-
pass out from that.
Who helped you off the ice?
Dad and Declan's dad.
Mr. RJ, Mr. Madden, yeah.
Did you have like a coach go over to you when you got hurt?
Yeah. Yeah.
With Coach Berkey, right?
Yeah.
So, and I mean, it was I mean, I was the calmest on all of it, you know, because most of the time somebody get hurt like that, and parents get all hyped, like all nervous. And when you act like that, if I were to come, oh my god, like this, it would have made it worse for Xavier. So I was calm in my mind. I said, "What? I'm gonna swear here. What the fuck?" And now I was disappointed because I felt like he's very got hurt. You know what I mean? By the end of the day, you know what? It's okay. It's gonna be fine. It's just a bone. If it broke something, you know what? It's gonna heal. As always, it happened to you. It happened to me, and we're fine now, right? So it takes time. It sucks, but that's what it is. But yeah, so we'll jump we're on the ambulance, but those guys were amazing. They were so good, and they drove us there, and we were talking, and got there, and they were waiting for us, obviously because they knew we were coming in. So we're at Fairview Hospital in Cleveland, Ohio, and from there, it went pretty quick. So people they were amazing. They took care of Z like a king. They did. I saw so what we got there, they get a little bit of medication, but not like just like ibuprofen stuff, like just something simple, you know, just to make him relax and make sure it's not too painful. But they did the X-rays. So before they did the X-rays, they gave him what medication they gave him, Lynn? I text you and
Fentanyl.
fentanyl. So Lynn said, I text Lynn. I said they give him fentanyl. He's like, what? No. I said it's a small dose, and they want because they need to move his leg. So it was so funny because when that hit, they were moving his legs. They said that doesn't hurt at all. Remember that,
Gosh.
Xavier?
That's a hard drug, dude.
That's
I know,
very.
yeah.
I mean,
It is.
instantly when Mom told me that, I was like, "Oh
The
God."
amount of people I hear overdosing on.
Yeah,
That's what it is. I'm actually that's
Like,
what they over.
Have you seen
it's like
Euphoria,
very
Zoe?
serious.
Have you
What?
seen Euphoria?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, there's so much. I mean, that plays a role in it too.
Hmm.
But
So
off
so
track.
they did give a medication. They move his leg. And while they were moving his leg, they were looking if, what was going on. So actually, everything went well because they said there's no surgery involved. It's a clean break. But now we did 2 X-rays. So they did the X-ray machine. So they had to get out of the room. So when they did the X-ray, they did it right in the room. So I'm looking every time they were taking picture, I could see right on the computer. So all of a sudden I saw one. It's oh my god! I said there we go. I could see the fracture in the leg, and it was like long. You know what I mean? So they call that spiral. So I was like, spiral. I said that's what Zoe had. Zoe broke her leg in Canada skiing. So the same thing happened to Xavier. So but they didn't tell me because they were nurses, but we all knew, right? So when the doctor came in, just like I said, they were so nice. Came in, we talked about it, said, well, now we're going to put a splint. We're going to go ahead
Mom
and
has. Sorry.
Spiral doesn't mean it's long, Dan. Spiral means the leg twisted when it broke. So
yeah,
it's like
exact. Yeah, exact. That's what I'm
Okay.
saying. But if you look at the
yeah,
the
I'm
break,
sure it's a long way down, but it's twisted at the same time.
yeah, exactly. If he goes from he broke his tibia, so it's from the top and he goes near the ankle.
Wow,
So
almost the whole bone.
yeah, so no, Xavier just told us his leg hurt a little bit, but But I like that you said that. But yeah, so now they're starting to put a split. The split is not a cast, but it's similar. You know what I mean? So just like temporary. So we'll come back to Connecticut. We can go see a doctor and put a real cast.
If I can add that the majority of the hockey team flew to Cleveland for the showcase. I was supposed to go, and I decided at the last minute not to go so I could go watch Max's games. But thank God you guys drove there, because the way his leg was fully splinted from the top to the bottom,
Yeah,
that would be really hard to finagle on an airplane. So
that would have sucked. Honestly, that would have sucked bad because you wanted his leg to be up, and in the plane there's no room. You had to put his leg down. That would have terrible. So
I mean, wouldn't you probably just get it casted up before you flew?
no,
no, you have to go to an orthopedic doctor to get cast. The emergency rooms don't do those,
So you'd need
from our
an
experience.
entire row.
Yeah, we need to buy 3 seats for him. That would have been economical.
no, or just rent a car and drive.
Yeah, that too.
That's another way. But so if I go back to the store,
If I can add, that night, well, okay, you're still at the hospital. Go ahead.
yeah. So I went to the hospital and now the 3 girls. Xavier, remember the 3 girls came in?
Let him
So
tell the story, because he
No,
was
no. You tell it, Dad. You tell it,
No.
Dad.
good, Z.
so
What they do for you?
They were putting on my splint, and
what?
I don't know.
What was fun about them?
I don't know. I forgot.
Were you guys singing together?
Yeah, so they went to Xavier and me, I'm sitting there and they asked Xavier again. They gave him another shot because now he was painful. They gave him another shot so they can move his leg and bend it nicely so they could do the splint. But now during that time, they asked Xavier, "Hey, who's your favorite singer?" Xavier says,
or rap or whatever.
rapper, Eminem. So all of a sudden, the 3 of them with Xavier start singing Eminem while they were doing his splint. They sang a lot. That was so funny. I said, go ahead.
What was the song, Z?
Lose yourself.
Yeah, you want to sing a few bars for us? Go,
No.
all the words.
Mom's
No.
spaghetti.
I don't like singing.
Mom's
Well,
spaghetti.
Okay. You better lose yourself. It's music. No, I don't want to sing it. I
Sang 4 words and gave up.
don't.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, it's good because he knows all the words. Because when there was they were singing, there was no music. It was just the 4 of them singing and dancing, and so it was funny. So they did a good job, and yeah, I was very excited. It was amazing, even though that he got injured. It was amazing how the process went. You know, everywhere we went, people were so nice, and it make it smooth. Xavier got hurt at 4 o'clock, and 8 o'clock we're out of there.
I ate McDonald's.
Yeah, and Xavier wanted to eat, so we stopped at I had to stop at Walgreens, get medication for Xavier, and after that we stopped at McDonald's. Mr. McClure, who was a good friend, one of the parents of the team, Dylan's dad, came to get it because my car was there, but I couldn't drive, so I gave him my keys. When Xavier got hurt, I said, "Hey, you drive the car, you know." And when we were ready, come get us. He said, "Yeah." So he came to get us, and we went to Walgreens. We went to a McDonald's. Xavier was happy to eat, and we got back to the hotel. And now we got the hotel. I go inside. I say, "Hey, do you have a wheelchair?" I say, "Yeah, I do." So he gives me the wheelchair. I looked at it. There was no rest for his leg. No, the rest, so he stays up. I didn't have that. So I said, "Now I'll bring that back in." So I bring that back in, and I brought the luggage cart they have in the hotel. And we put him on that, and we were riding around. Remember, Xavier? They were riding around. So we bring him to the room. We hang out. So I sent a message to the whole team. But what happened, that the first game was at 4 o'clock, and the second game was at 8:30, if I recall. So during that time, we were back at the hotel, but they weren't back at the hotel. So I sent a message to parents on Team Snap. I said, when you're done, you guys are back, come see Zavier. What happened? Everybody showed up. Our room was packed, Nancy.
Except one person, but yeah,
Like you wasn't there.
Maverick, because he had another
Ah.
hotel.
That's right, Maverick. That's right, Zavier. So they all came and hang out. You know, the thing is, hockey people are so different. I'm telling you right now, I think just because what happened to Xavier, they all got together, like close like that, and it made it like a big family. You know what I'm saying, Zoe? That's picked of people, a nice family, and we're hanging out, and it's like we're taking pictures, and it was beautiful to watch. You know what I mean? To see our parents like that, and so, and after that, Xavier wanted to go downstairs because everyone's going downstairs. So all the kids had a cart. They put Xavier on it, and now his teammates were riding him around in the hotel. So that was fun. That was great. And actually, Xavier, what your teammate did at the last hockey game? They took your jersey
And they put it on the bench.
They put it on the bench, and then when they do the pep talk, they talk about you, and it was very nice to see what they did. You know what I mean? And it was
They
so.
They're sick.
Oh, they're sick. Yeah, you're right. They did. So the kids write their Xavier's name on their hockey stick, and no, it was very thoughtful. You know, it sucks. He's done for the season. He's gonna be ready in mid-April. It happened, you know. So, but if we keep going with the story, now that night, so Xavier, I know that a game on Sunday, but obviously he couldn't play because he's injured. Now I said, Xavier, we'll leave around 9 a.m. We're going good night's sleep, and we'll leave at 9 a.m. It's like an 8.5 hour drive back home. So all night, his leg didn't hurt. It was this big toe. I think the we were sleeping. That's how we talked about it, Xavier and I, after. His big toe was ailing, so I would go and massage it with my finger and put my finger inside the splint and massage the big toe. And so I did that many times. I couldn't sleep. The whole night, we quick. I slept 1 hour. And around 4 a.m., Xavier was it was painful at the toe. I said, Z, what do you think if we leave? He said, yes. So at 4 a.m., I got up. I picked up all the stuff. I left Xavier in the room. I said, I'll be back. Put the stuff in the car. And after that, brought the cart, put Xavier in the cart, and brought the car near the door. And we put Xavier in the car. I put him perfectly in the back. And we left at 5 a.m. And Xavier, you almost slept the whole way, right?
Don't forget to add that you didn't sleep at all the night in the hotel room.
Go
Yeah,
Max.
none of you guys did, and then you went and drove 8.5 hours, dude. That's a tough ride home.
I know.
I was
really worried about that.
Yeah. So my plan is, and now I say, listen, I can't wait to be home, but I'm not gonna rush. I'm not gonna be stupid. I'm leaving so early, so I'll stop when I'm tired. So I stopped 3 times. I stopped at McDonald's. And Xavier didn't even know because I went to the bathroom and I got food and I left and I said, Xavier, do you notice I stopped at McDonald's? He said no. So I kept going and I stopped at a couple more places, relaxed, and I got home at 2:40 in the afternoon. But Xavier slept the whole time. And when we stopped for bathroom for him, I stopped at the rest area. I would open the door. I would take him out. So I could pee right here. I'm not bringing you inside. And Xavier would put right there, put it back in the car, and keep going. And it worked. Everything went well. And I mean, we're lucky, and that like good people are around. And so, but it was an interesting event because that day we're talking about adversity, and now Xavier's feeling the
Karma.
right?
Oh, it's not karma, but you didn't didn't have much to say at that point.
Like, I mean,
morning.
But what I can add is on your way home now, the emergency room physician's assistant was calling me, even though I hadn't been there because she didn't want to bother Dan while he was driving. So she was through me figuring out how well Xavier was doing. So the first conversation was, I told her that, his toes were bothering him during the night. It prevented him from sleeping. So there was the possibility that the splint wasn't put on properly and it was, stopping some circulation to the toes. So she got concerned about that. So she said she would check in later when they got home. So she called back when she thought they were home and they weren't home yet. So I told her when they did get home, I would call her. But during one of the conversations with her, obviously I thanked her for the care. But she told me that, which this word stuck with me. She said Zavier was stoic, which was pretty powerful. Somebody that goes in that's not complaining about the pain, even though he could be under a lot of stress from what's occurred, and he took it very well. So I'm proud of you for that, Zavier.
Round of applause.
I think I would say our kids are all like that. And it's nice to say that because Coach Al, who's coaching Xavier, they all said that too. They all know that Xavier's a tough cookie, and it's nice that you hear stuff like that as a parent. So, and when you told me that, when I came back, I said, well, I agree with that because Xavier was amazing. So, and like Max said last week, there's ups and down. There's a down, but you know what? Mommy and I would never sorry ourselves about it. We're it's a part of life, and we're gonna make him stronger. He's gonna be better. He's gonna be stronger. It makes you a stronger person. You know what I mean?
If I can add to it, as I said to Dan yesterday, I'm like, it's a probability game almost. We've got 3 kids that played hockey. The more games that we put somebody out on the ice for, the greater the chance that somebody's going to get hurt. So an actual during the game injury, this is one of the worst, obviously. The worst for Zavier. I don't remember, Max, if your injury was during a game or during a practice.
Which one?
The ankle.
Your
Ankle
height.
sprain was in a spring league tournament
Okay.
with a bunch of random
Was
kids I
your
never played
team.
with before.
Remember that. But we need to break here.
Maxim.
All right, Max,
What?
we left off with your high ankle sprain.
Yeah, so that happened. It just kind of to explain how it went down. I was playing in the tournament that I really had no stake in. It was just more like a for fun thing that my dad's friend needed a goalie for his team, and I was like, all right, I'll go play. So I go into the post. It's called an RVH where you have your it's hard to explain, but you got your pad down and your foot's kind of anchored in the post there. But the way when I went down into the post, I felt a pop in my ankle, and I was really bad pain. But I was in the game, so I'm all right, I gotta stay with everything, but I can't really push with my left ankle. I'm just kind of hobbling around there. And if I went down, when I would get up, if I was up and I'd go back down and kill my ankle, it would hurt so bad. But the other goalie stunk. I was better than the other goalies when my ankles sprained or my ankle's that bad. So we made it to the playoffs the next day for the tournament. And guess who it is? It's all my prep school friends from Cushing are all on one team. And we're well, we're freaking screwed because we got a bunch of bums on our team. We got a bunch of random kids on our team that never played together that we're going against pretty much a whole prep school. So I start the game after having my high ankle sprain. I didn't have it diagnosed or anything yet, but I knew I was in a lot of pain. So I popped Advil and I'm getting in there. And every single time they're coming down, I'm going down one knee because my left ankle is so bad. I was just hoping that I could make the saves with my hands and just block everything. But yeah, I after that I got taken out of the game because I was hurting too much and there's no reason. It's for fun. There's no reason to get more injured. And thankfully it was right before summer was starting. So I did physical therapy all that summer. I did not go on the ice once before the hockey season started. I never touched the ice because I was nervous. I didn't want to go back up there and pop it. So I really waited a bit, probably longer than I needed to, but I was not comfortable with my ankle yet. so I really wanted to give it like the extra time if it needed it. But yeah.
Yeah, and Max, a high ankle sprain is bad.
No, yeah.
And it's so
think-
hard to deal. And that Veltri, remember Veltri is like it's almost worse than break. Sometimes you better break your leg than having a high ankle sprain.
Yeah. Well,
So-
thankfully I haven't had any problems with it like of late. I mean,
Yeah.
sometimes when I'm in the ice, I can feel some discomfort here and there.
Okay.
Like that's typical with most injuries. Like you're never gonna get back to 100%. You can get
Yeah.
back to like 90 though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you just
Mhm.
gotta be careful with it. Like, I mean, you can't control injuries like that, but as a goalie, it's not like you're getting contact. It's more just from your movements. You just be
Yeah.
Hopefully you're
Yeah.
it depends who you play with.
Yeah. But yeah, you just gotta kind of be, especially as you get older, you gotta modify your style of play into how your body functions. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because goalie's such a athletic, flexible sport. Like if you start getting less athletic, I guess you could say, like less of an ability to move, you kind of change the way you're doing stuff. And I mean, I think that's kind of a little bit how my play has kind of changed a bit because I get older and my hips don't move like they used to. But
Mhm.
yeah,
I'm
Yeah,
like the
goalie swing.
opposite, I guess.
what's that?
Yeah, like
I-
goalies. Go ahead, Zoe.
Oh, I'm just saying that it's been a bit of a different experience for me on that
Yeah.
on that front.
Yeah.
Also-
So, but and especially no goalie, every time you go butterfly, problem with your knees, problem with your hips.
Mhm.
A lot like Tucaras and Patrick Roy retired because of their hips. That's why they retired. They were
They're
injured.
definitely not the
They,
only
could,
ones.
they couldn't do it anymore. They couldn't do it anymore. So, but yeah, so that a goalie today they're always on their knees now, and yeah, it's tough. Like there's no more stand-up goalies like back in the days. So they're all always on their knees. So it makes it hard on your body. So I want to go with Zoe. I want to talk a little bit about the thing happened to you.
Sure.
She probably doesn't remember.
I mean,
Yeah. Well, Lynn knows a little more what happened because
Go
yeah, so when I was 4, I spiral fractured my tibia, and I was skiing, and I use air quotes because I was going down a baby hill, like not a ski hill, like a hill next to the lodge, basically.
correct.
And I go down the hill, no problem, no issue. My mom and my aunt, Dancy, are now pulling me up the hill using either my hands or poles or something. And I fall, apparently. This is what I'm told.
No, so it goes like this. So because we were not on the actual hill, we're pulling you back up, which is still, a little bit of a steep hill. So you were holding the poles, and we each had one pole, and we're pulling you back up the mountain, or not the mountain, the hill. So I said to you, Zoe, no matter what happens, don't let go of the poles because I didn't want you to take off skiing backwards because that could have been very dangerous. So unbeknownst to Dancy and I, we're pulling you up the hill. You had fallen. You did not let go of the poles like I told you to. And in the process, your skis got twisted and we actually caused you to have a spiral fracture to your tibia.
That's the
So
story.
that
But
was very sad.
what
We
I do
brought
want
you
to
to the
know,
lodge, to their whatever ski patrol people, their first aid people, and they were like, no, it's fine. She can go home. And you
yeah,
were like
this
so
is what I want to say.
lethargic, sitting on me. You can pick up from there.
Thank you, because all I remember is everybody telling me I was totally fine. And I knew I was not. And I remember this, like, first off, I remember being on that table and then being like, there was no problem. And me being like, I'm 4 people,
We're
maybe.
in Canada. Where were we, Dan?
They don't know anything about.
That's for mine. When Omo I stuck.
And
Yeah, I'm
they're-
like, if they cannot diagnose a broken leg, they shouldn't be doing that job.
They're also
I
like,
agree.
they probably didn't want to listen to what the 4-year-old had to say. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I agree. But I feel like this is when my parents probably really knew there was an issue. when they gave me the option to go dog sledding, and they said I would have to walk to get there, and I said I'm not going. I can't do that. So I don't know when they even found out my leg was actually broken.
Right.
So
Well,
we
we're,
Did I go to the hospital?
We
Yep.
brought you back home that night. Now we had Max, who was had an
Back
ear
home
infection.
in Canada, or
now
we were in
we brought you to the
Canada.
hospital and we brought her to the hospital and test for mines first.
The next day, because we got you up to go to the bathroom and you couldn't even put any pressure on your leg. So I'm like, we have to go to the hospital. This is not normal. So Max had an ear infection at the same time. So it was like a terrible night of sleep for everybody.
You're welcome, guys.
Got you to the hospital. And it was the most, what's the word I'm looking for? It was pretty outrageous what we had to go through at the hospital. Like to the point where, you know, obviously we're from America, we have American insurance. But typically at a hospital in the US, if you couldn't pay at the time, they would at least take your credit card and you could charge it. No, we had to pay them before we left, and it had to be in cash, an exact change to the doctor. And then the hospital was another bill. Like everybody was being billed differently.
Well, that's what it is, man.
Guy goes out to his car to get the change for us so that we could, you know, be paying exactly what we owed. It was like so
Zavier.
strange. Xavier, you're
Xavier, we
muted.
can't hear you.
Why I kept pressing the ask to unmute.
Max is trying to unmute.
Okay.
Max,
Okay.
are you muting him?
No, I'm asking him to be unmuted so that he can talk when he wants to.
Oh,
Mhm.
Xavier, you should probably
But
unmute
he's
yourself.
choosing to be muted.
Okay. Okay.
So anyway, so we got through that experience, and for the cash that I had to outlay up front when we got home, we were able to submit a receipt to our insurance and get reimbursed for it. But I think for me, the most traumatic injury out of all of those was a different injury to Max, because in my
Oh,
mind
his
it was
teeth?
just so permanent and so altering.
Not your teeth.
Yeah.
Tell that
It's
that
such a
story
lame
quick.
story, dude. It's so lame how it all went down. I
He
really
Well,
ate shit.
I
He
just-
ate shit coming down the
just fucking-
stairs.
Yeah, I ate shit.
That's all it was.
That's all that happened. And I had because I
Broke
had
his
my
two
hockey
front
bag.
teeth.
I never really. I was what 13. I never carried my hockey bag. I always wheeled it around because my stuff's too heavy, dude. I could never carry it all. It wasn't feasible. So this was pretty much my first weekend trying, and I'm like lugging my bag around barely, and I got my pads on. And speaking of that, before this even happened, when I was playing with the Rangers and I had that bag, Mike Richter helped me carry my gear into the rink because I couldn't carry it.
Oh, Mike Richter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was him that helped me carry the stuff.
Yeah,
in.
yeah, it was him. He was at the practices.
Yeah.
He was, yeah.
He helped carry my pads into the rink because I had a hard time carrying my stuff. But yeah,
But where you broke them, don't forget to say where it happened, and because the
No, yeah,
facility has a lot to do with it too.
I was at the Coliseum. Right? Yeah,
Quebec City.
I was going down the stairs. My bag was kind of falling down my arm a little bit, and I went to go pull it back up because it was falling down. I went to like raise it back on my shoulder, and whoop, and the bag sweeps me down the stairs. And the only impact I have is my teeth right on the ground. I get up, and I'm like this. I never want that. It hurt my teeth so much, and there's just a U in the front in my front teeth. I look like a fucking idiot. And honestly, I maybe was going to get in that game. I maybe was going to play. I'm not sure. I heard rumblings about it, but I don't know if I was going to play or not. But regardless, I got my ass on the bench and I was there to support my team. And we got knocked out of the tournament that day.
Yeah, that's right.
Thankfully, it wasn't like anything, a mental injury. Like I could have hit my head on the ground.
Max.
Yeah.
Max.
It could have been so, dude. Let me finish my story.
Yeah, go ahead.
It could have been so much worse than it had to be, but it wasn't as bad as it. I mean, teeth breaking your teeth sucks. Like you only have one set of them, but like there's so much medical stuff that they can do to give you teeth again. So I get
And
yeah.
they went well.
it didn't end there because your teeth needed several different interventions.
Yeah, well that's
Yeah, that's for a
was it,
different day.
for later.
But it's fun after that game. Zegras' dad, Trevor Zegras' dad, goes see Spencer Knight was in the net, and we lost in the shootout. And the way that Zegras' dad was talking, first like blaming Spencer Knight because we lost in the shootout. I said, dude,
Come
I said,
on.
talking a guy who's carrying the team. That guys don't fact check because they know they have Spencer Knight in the net.
Yeah, that's how that
I thought it was
team
rough,
won.
you know what I mean?
What did you
But
say,
yeah, so
Max?
That's how that team was. Like any team that Spencer Knight was in net for, they did not have to work very hard defensively because they knew him the best goalie in the world. That's
They would
probably,
put
That's
that in the-
somewhat, I gotta say, that it can be one of my least favorite things. Because that's
Yeah.
kind of what I
it could
do
be the other way
sometimes.
around. You think it'd be the other
Just
way around?
in adult league, it's not much,
Yeah.
but some people don't back check, and I'm like, well, I guess I'm not. I don't have to be in that.
Yeah, it makes you wonder. Like you don't want to take it. Like at that point, then why should I try anymore?
Exactly. Like, but really, I
sucks.
mean, it's adult league, so I
Yeah,
don't have
as
to.
a goalie though, if you don't put in effort, it's easily obvious. You're
Mhm,
like, oh, the goalie just let in a shitty goal. You know what I mean? But if
mhm.
someone
Yep.
does a back check, they're not going and talking about, oh, he wasn't doing anything there.
Except
Oh,
except me
he-
telling them, I will
Yeah.
tell them, and I will say this is not gonna be the way it is.
The thing is with that, especially at least where I'm playing with ACHA, like it's competitive, but like there's only so many like there's only so much effort to be had, I guess. So you don't really want to criticize your teammates too much because then they're gonna start getting mad at you. You gotta pick it. I kind of pick my battles. I'm like, guys,
Yeah.
like, what the hell are you guys doing? Like, this is what you should have done. Like, do this next time. There's no reason. And most of the time, they're like, yeah, dude, I'm sorry. I know. I'm like, I got you. Like, I'll make the save, but what the hell are you guys doing?
But you shouldn't have to. That's what
No,
you're
I
getting
shouldn't.
at.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
But that's nice. I hope guys like the topic that we did, and I appreciate all the comment. And you know, just to go back to Xavier, I hope Xavier you get well very soon.
I think
And-
Xavier needs to actually show them on camera what his full leg cast looks like.
I agree.
No?
Yeah.
Yeah. Pick up the phone.
Show us your
Can
legs.
you
and
Show
maybe
your
you should
legs.
unmute too.
Unmute first.
Mute yourself.
Yeah,
Okay.
show your leg, please.
Show your leg.
Pick up the phone.
Wow.
So where's it start? Wow, it's not the greatest footage ever. Oh, you don't have to take it off, but yeah, the big old red
Oh.
leg.
A lot of
Well,
It
people
goes
signed
all
it.
the way,
Yeah,
How
so
high does it go?
all the way above the almost to
all
his
the way
butt.
to his line where his boxers hit.
How does he poop?
The poop chute is clear.
But his teammates signed first because the whole family, the whole team's been very nice. So the team signed first. So after that, all these buddies signed. So stop Xavier. But
Hey
that,
Xavier,
that's
what's that new pillow you got behind you?
From Max.
No, it's from
From
Max,
Ina.
what's the pillow?
From Ina.
the squish.
Max's girlfriend bought that for Xavier. So that's very nice. But hey,
Is it?
What is it,
Right.
Max?
What is it? It's a squishmallow.
Oh,
Oh, Squishmallow. Hey,
There.
I think we should end the episode with Max talking about that amazing save on Friday night.
oh,
I just before wait a second, Max. I'll do my thing. Just so you know, I'm going to try to have actually there's people are contacting us because they want to be guests on our podcast. So in a few weeks, we're going to have a person working hard, a special one. I hope it works. If it works, you're talking about we're going to hit the roof with here. That'd be awesome. If somebody contacted us and they want that person to be on our podcast, I pray to work. But the other people wants to be on, and we guarantee once in a while we're gonna have a guest on our podcast and just talking about life and sports, and stuff. anything like that. So
It doesn't
Max-
always have to be sports. I'll just
exactly,
put
but
that out
that's
there.
life. That's why I said life and
Life in general.
outdoor. But
Their
I want
experience.
to say, Max, we're going to finish with you. But I want to say thank you, everyone, for listening. And Max is going to talk about this amazing save he made over the past week.
Friday night.
or
At
Well, I
the
bet-
Friday night at the amazing Canton Sports Play.
You talk about
Dude,
shit.
a kid on my team got 2 slices of pizza before the game, and it was hurting his stomach so bad because it was so greasy. He DoorDashed Tums to the rink so that he could have them before the game.
Oh my
Dude,
god!
Yeah, Tums, dude, Tums, man. So Will Bonazelli's sitting there with this kid's phone, waiting to go pick up the Tums for him when they came. But yeah,
Could have told me, I would have brought some.
yeah. Well, anyways, it was like a 2-on-1. The guy's coming down the left side. Mom, you probably had a very good angle of the save from your
Oh, I did.
standing. But anyways, what happened was the way the guy had his stick, I bit on the shot, and so did my defenseman. My defenseman went down to like block a shot, and I was like, "That's not your job, dude. He should have just like laid down and tried to block the pass." Anyways, I kind of like buckled a little bit because I hesitated because I thought he was shooting, but then the puck goes back door. I'm like, well, this net's wide open. The whole net. Yeah, the whole net to shoot at. Just stick out the stick back door, dude. Highway robbery. and the path of it hitting the stick was so loud.
Yeah.
Like,
You dove.
Yeah, I
dove
just completely
too.
dove back door and just threw my stick out. Oh my god, the bench erupted. Their fan section. Shut up, dude. They did not say a word after that. They were yelling and screaming the whole game. They were. Oh, I'm so happy it ended the way it did.
Yeah. Good ending.
Yeah, very fun.
Anything, Max.
Yeah.
Love you, family.
Yep.
Good night.
Love you
Always nice
guys.
talking for you guys. I hope you have a great week, and we'll see you next weekend for our next podcast.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Love you guys.
Bye.